Hello everyone, this is Zoraptor coming back at you yet again, and today I'm going to be playing a little game known as Lord of the Rings Online. This game originally came out in 2007, so it's roughly about 13 years old by this point. Originally this game was going to be called Middle-earth Online. Logically speaking, I mean everyone knows the story, or all the Lord of the Rings Online fans are Lord of the Rings fans are gonna know the story. So it makes more sense to have like a game that takes place after the events of Lord of the Rings, so it becomes a bit easier to like come up with like new stories that take place later, so you don't have to make sure it fits into the existing canon of the Tolkien universe. But yeah, somewhere along the way, the original developer, Sierra Online, they weren't able to do any sort of development on it, even though they were the first developers to announce that they were gonna make like a Tolkien-based MMORPG based on Middle-earth. So later on, Turbine got the rights for the MMORPG, and the game went from being known as Middle-earth Online to Lord of the Rings Online. And I guess given that this game came out in 2007, it probably like lined up with the release of the live-action trilogy. So I guess they just wanted to make some money off of that, but it kind of puts it in this weird position where it's like, since the game is called Lord of the Rings Online, then the game has to follow the stories of the trilogy, and the idea that they're going for is like Lord of the Rings Online takes place at the same time as the trilogy, so your character in this world is basically doing stuff on the side to help aid the main heroes, which is Frodo and the Fellowship and all the other characters. So this game is a little unique for me because right now I'm level 26 and I haven't really been leveling up because I'm just having so much fun just hanging out in the world, and it's a very beautiful world. They really captured that Middle-earth aesthetic that was established in the live action. Given this is a 13-year-old game, it doesn't look too bad. So yeah, Turbine did a good job developing the world of the game, even though story-wise it's kind of stuck. Let me get my horse out. Yeah, I feel like Strider. Woo. Yeah, like I was saying, this is a unique situation for me in terms of MMOs, because in this game I'm not really compelled to do any quests because I've already read The Hobbit, I've read the Lord of the Rings trilogy books, and I've also read the Silmarillion. So I know the story of the game, so I'm not really interested in doing the quests because they're all pretty much gonna be fanfics. I mean, not to say that they're bad. I mean, the quests that I've done so far to get to this point, like they've been pretty well written. Like Turbine did a decent job on that end. But I think Turbine only had the license for Lord of the Rings, like to just make a Lord of the Rings the game for like 10 years. So back in 2016 or so, Turbine transferred developmental rights of Lord of the Rings Online to another game developer called Standing Stone Games. So, I mean, they updated the UI okay. It doesn't look too different from Turbine's UI. Yeah, it's mostly pretty much the same. They refined some stuff. Oh. Yeah, this is different, because it used to be very Tolkien-esque. I don't know how to say it. It didn't, like, the trait trees didn't look like this back then. It looked a lot different, but I guess they decided to, like, simplify it, kind of like what World of Warcraft did. Yeah, so that's kind of inconvenient, because I've already had to respec my skills a while back because Turbine redid the skill tree a few years back, and now I have to do it again with Standing Stone Games. So, anyways, this is one of my favorite MMOs. I mean, given the fact that I am a Tolkien nerd, so like when I heard that there's an MMORPG based on Lord of the Rings, I'm like, well, I've got to play this. And again, since I've already read the books, I'm not really interested in questing. I mean, yeah, I'll get some good gears and items from questing, but for the most part, I don't particularly feel motivated to quest. But like, they give you so much to do here that, I mean, I don't know, I don't feel compelled to go questing and level up. I mean, if you want to, it seems like most of the people who level up in here are just doing it for like the PvP features later on. But for me, like, I just enjoy being in this world. Like, yeah, I can complete these quests if I wanted to, or I can go and, you know, do some farming. Yeah, this is cool, because a lot of MMOs, they don't allow you to get mounts until like way later in the game, but you can get a mount pretty early here. I think around like level 15 or so. You can get your first horse. I mean, the horse is pretty pricey when you start out, but once you start earning enough like copper and silver, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, gold, silver, and copper. So once you earn enough money, like, you can get a horse pretty early on in the game, and you can pretty much travel wherever you want. Yeah, and then you can name your horse too. I'm like, that... I mean, I know a lot of people don't really care. It's like, oh, they just use a mount just to get around faster, but the fact that they really give you that option to name your horse and really be immersed into the world of Middle-earth, like, I like that. That's cool. Let's see what I'm gonna catch. Oh, they have fish animation. That's cool. I forgot, do I click on the lure or do I just... Oh. I guess I'm supposed to wait. I think it's supposed to be similar to World of Warcraft fishing, because you have to click on the lure if you catch something. I don't know, I guess Standing Stone Games might have changed it, because I'm pretty sure like fishing in here was pretty much the same mechanics as World of Warcraft. Okay, so if I catch the fish, then I pretty much have to click this skill. Alright. Okay. Yeah, I could have sworn you just have to click on the lure and then you can bring it in. Yeah, I've been busy, so I haven't been able to hop back into Lord of the Rings Online in a while. Yeah, so it's really cool. Like, a lot of other MMOs don't really do this, but like, you see these locks next to your items. You can lock your items so you don't accidentally sell it. So I know, because a lot of people, like, they click through and they try to sell as much stuff as they want, and they don't realize that they clicked on something that they didn't want to sell, and now it's like, I mean, you could get it back. Like, where is it?
Why are you bothering me?
Yeah, so you have a chance to buy back items that you accidentally sell. But I mean, the fact that you have this extra security feature to make sure, to doubly make sure you don't sell anything you don't want, I mean, that's pretty cool. What do I have? So, what Lord of the Rings Online has that I find is superior to every other MMO out there is the fact that you can, like, their costume system allows you to equip any gears on here, and then you can choose to show what gears you want. So on this tab, if you put any equipment on here, then it sits here. It doesn't take up space in your inventory, and you don't have to put it in your bank. Like, it just sits here. So you pretty much can wear anything you want while still like switching out all these new equipment, so you get the stats the best stats that you can get while still wearing the outfit you want. And I think they let you have like, yeah, so you can set up 2 different outfits for free, and then for these it's like you have to pay cash for it. I mean, they gotta make money somehow, so I don't fault them for that. 2 outfits is like more than enough for me. But I know for other people that really like to deck out their avatar, it's like, gotta have those extra outfit slots. So yeah, graphic-wise, it doesn't It's not too bad for a 13-year-old game. I think Standing Stone tried to optimize it a bit. I don't know, I'm not really seeing much difference from when Turbine developed the game. So, yeah. Really nice looking game.
Quit
So
stalling and tell me what you want.
Okay, okay, little hobbit. Don't have to be so feisty. Okay, so you don't have it here. So, not a lot of MMOs have this, but you can actually farm in this game. Like, actually grow crops and like harvest them and stuff. Do I have any seeds? Could have sworn I had some seeds. Look at all these materials. I'll use them for something. So yeah, what you do is you buy seeds, and then you have these areas that are designated farming plots. So you can go in, get your seeds, spread them out. Oh, okay. I think this guy is the dude. Here we go. Browse the shop.
Good day.
Blocks. Alright, so you can get some seeds here. You can... This is interesting. You can farm pipeweeds. And the pipeweed, like, if you farm up, like, if you right-click the item after you harvest it, you can sit down and smoke the thing. So it's like, oh no, smoking in an MMO, scandalous. You can grow flowers, you can grow crops, and you can grow weed. So if you want, you could be a weed lord in Lord of the Rings Online, and it's perfectly fine. Oh yeah, so Lord of the Rings Online, they really focus on the role-playing aspect. So here, you can actually make a family tree with, like, you and a group of friends can actually form a family tree with your characters, and you can have like mothers, daughters, sons, fathers. Like, you can have up to, let's see, yeah, you can have up to 20 generations of characters if you so choose. I feel like 10 is more than enough. I'm like, how many people are gonna actually make, like, connect characters to have like 20 generations? Because like you have parent, child. I think you can have 2 kids, then you here, and then of course you can write your own story. Like, you can really like play up the role-playing aspects of this game. Yeah. Oh yeah. So here's someone farming. So what I didn't realize that you can sit in one spot and you can farm all of your you can plant all your seeds all on the same plot of area, and then you can, like, it'll grow, and then you can harvest it, and then the next one will grow right underneath it, and you just keep harvesting it. And I think that's actually a good idea to program it that way, because then you can have like several players using the same plot of land, and they're just using like one little square for all their crops. Because the crops grow, like, they grow pretty quickly once you water them. Doe, a deer, a female deer. Wait, was I beating that bear with my fishing pole? Oh my gosh, I was beating it with my fishing pole. That's kind of funny. Yeah, what happened to my sword? Oh, I guess when I clicked on fishing, it just automatically switched for me. Well, then it should switch back if I'm attacking something. Why should it keep me equipped with a fishing rod? Well, there you have it, guys. I beat up a bear with a fishing rod. Only in Lord of the Rings Online. Alright, so again, with the whole role-playing aspect, you have to equip the right tools to get the stuff you need. And unlike other MMOs, like, they actually take the time to animate crafting stuff. So that's kind of cool. Okay, that's just weird. Why would they have the fishing rod in like the weapon slot when it should be in the tool slot? Because yeah, fishing rod. That should have taken up space in the tool slot. Why would it go into the weapon slot? Well, I mean, now I know, like, you can kill an animal with the fishing rod, but that's a weird design. I've never seen that happen before. 'Cause I could have sworn back then is like the fishing rod didn't take the place of your weapon when you're going out to fight. Like, it always switched back. Oh man, look at that. So nerdy. Alright, so let's get back to Bree. Oh, actually, I'll use my teleport scroll. So you guys can see that. Ooh, I'm just looking at a map. I mean, I don't really mind going back on my horse, but I just want to like demonstrate some of the quality of life stuff that the game has too. So yeah, here we go. This is Bree. Where's the prancing pony? There's the prancing pony. So if you're a big Tolkien nerd like me, you can enter the prancing pony and you get to meet some interesting characters. I don't know if he's still here, because you can actually meet some characters from the Fellowship if you do certain quests. Hey, where's your inn? Wow, why is it lagging in here? Usually interior areas in MMOs are pretty lag-free because you're in a confined space. Growling southerner. Oh. Guess he's not here. Or is he in this room? Oh. I just went outside. Okay. But anyway, spoilers, if you decide to play Lord of the Rings Online, if you do a certain quest line, you can meet Strider and Gandalf in the Prancing Pony. That's the only time you really come across the characters. I think because of the way the quests are designed, like, you'll have run-ins with the main cast, but you don't really work with them. So another cool thing with Lord of the Rings Online is that you can actually play instruments in this game. I don't know if I have any instruments on me. I mean, I don't know how to... Like, there's like a... If you use certain key commands... Oh, key mapping. So, I think the... Here we go. So here's the music slots. You don't have any keys assigned as a default, but you can activate music mode, and then you can like assign these notes to your keyboard, and then you can play music with your character. Like, first your character needs an instrument, so any character in the game, regardless of your job class, can buy an instrument, and then you can like set up somewhere with your friends, and you can actually like start a band together and like play music. It's pretty cool. Are you... Oh, you're a barber. I think I saw a instrument. Yeah, here we go. Excuse me, sir. What do you have?
How can I be of service?
Yeah, so you got bagpipe, clarinet, bassoon. I mean, you still have to level up the skills necessary to play some of the instruments, but like once you do, it's pretty cool. You got a fiddle, play a horn, lute, drums. Yeah. And if you're wondering, the healing class in this game is called Minstrel, and they primarily use instruments. Because my little sister plays a minstrel, and it's cool because I told her to go use a drum, because I think she was using a lute or a flute for the longest time, and I was like, dude, you should go get a drum. And she's like, why? I'm like, no, get a drum. It'll be, like, what if it's pretty cool? And she's like, fine. I think back then you needed to be at least level 10 to use a drum, because I think the drums were like one of the higher level instruments for minstrel, I think. But yeah, once she got the drum, like, it was so hilarious. Like, it looked like a little snare drum, but once my sister was like playing it with her character, like, it sounded like a taiko drum, like dum 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 dum, and we're like, wait, what? And she's like, wait, what happened there? And she kept playing it over and over. She's like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome, because I think the drum did like AoE damage, so it was pretty cool. She's like, oh my god, this is awesome. Like, I told you should go get the drums. But yeah, I don't have a minstrel character. I have a lore keeper, and she is like kind of like an animal tamer, so I can tame like animals and use them as my pets. It's not quite a hunt. I guess it's kind of a hunter class, because I think the lore keeper can use like long range spells, and then the animals just help with like various tasks and stuff. I love being in this game. This is, I feel, is like the ultimate MMO experience, when you can just log into the game and just enjoy being immersed in the game. And they really do the immersion very well in here. Like, there's 6 different party animations that you can do for your character, and it's not like race restricted like how it is on like World of Warcraft. Like, all of your characters can do like all 6 dancing animations if you wanted to, and it's really cool. Like, they really play up the role-playing aspect of this game. You just do a Mario jump there? This silly guard. Is it? Broker. Okay. Yes, I'm doing everything inefficiently because I love the role-playing in this game. I really do. So with housing, because of the way it's designed, so basically it works kind of like real life house buying. You have a particular area, and then there's only a certain amount of houses because of the way it's laid out. And so if you really want like a hobbit hole by the stream, there is a house that's a hobbit hole by the stream, and you can get that particular house if you want to. But the only problem is like, so you have 3 options. You have a standard house, the deluxe, and the kinship. Kinship is basically the Lord of the Rings online version of a guild. So yeah, it looks like, I mean, if you have a big enough kinship, then housing is not really an issue. Your members are going to help contribute to the rent every, I think the rent is monthly? Oh, weekly. Yeah, or purchase permanent fee at level at least 15, limited to 1 personal house per account. Yeah, so the houses actually, like, they have a road that it sits on, so like you have an actual address and everything. Okay, so here we go. I guess if you press tour the house, then you can actually like go into the neighborhood. Yeah, so let's see. I think one of the ones I wanted. Yeah, so the houses are actually like houses. And they're all, each neighborhood is set up in a certain way, so there's a limited amount of houses. You gotta pay with in-game currency, and you have to pay pretty much rent on a weekly basis. And you have like there's a lot of things you can do with the house. You can plant gardens, you can hang up decorations. Like some of the fish that you fish up are like display fishes, like trophy fish. So you can, if you want, like you can put up like a little trophy room in your house and like show off all the fish that you've caught. How about this one? Kinda like this one. Not for sale, but Home of Agra. Aw, got a little mailbox. Can I go in? I can go in. I'm gonna steal your stuff. Just kidding. This is so... I love this game. Like, if... Yep. Took some time to load. Look at this. This is so cool. Got nice and decorated. Destroyed model of Minas Tirith. Man, someone spent... I mean, if you have a house in Lord of the Rings Online, you gotta be friggin' loaded. Yep, so we got some decorative kegs. Got some mushrooms. Models. Wow, this got 3 rooms. Party scroll. No, it doesn't look like they have any fishing trophies. Yeah, 3-room hobbit hole. That's pretty cool. Oh, floating book. Yeah, it doesn't look like this one. This player has any fish hung up. Oh. Yeah, check that out. Minas Tirith. Destroyed? I mean, I guess. Yeah. Pretty cool. I think the biggest house you can get is the 3-room. Because I think the one house I was looking for, or looking at, just browsing around, was a 2-room. Because I could have sworn there was like one Hobbit house I was like literally like stream side, and I was like, I want that house. I can't afford it right now, but I want that house. Oop. Stopping. Aw, you got a little patio table here. Aw. Got a chicken coop. Yeah, this person's loaded. Windmill. That's a friggin' decoration. Seriously. Wow. Yeah, you loaded. Probably got a 3-room house, don't you? Oh. Oh. I guess you can set it to be like private. I mean, which is understandable. I mean, if you have a house and you don't want people wandering in like I did with that previous house, then yeah, you can set it to private so no one can go to your house except for your friends and stuff. What about this one? One Chalk Road. For sale. This is the 1-room. Now it's a 2-room. Not bad. I can work with this. Like, I don't really care about getting like a big hobbit hole. I just want a nice little small one. Which is funny that I would want a hobbit hole when the character I'm playing is a friggin' elf. Yeah, I'm just gonna like duck down in here, get into a little hobbit hole. Alright. I forgot how do I get out of here. Oh, there we go. So that's the doorway. Get out of the neighborhood. Okay, there it is. Yeah, because I could have sworn there was a way for you to like you don't have to talk to an NPC, you just enter the neighborhood. Oh wait, but I'm back in the Shire, I'm in Hobbiton. Oh, yeah, I'm in the Shire. Where's Bree? Breeland. I mean, I could teleport. Oh, cool down. Welp. So another option, if you don't want to ride all the way back to where you came from, and your little teleportation thing is on cooldown, you could head to the nearest town, which is Delving. And if it has like a horse, you can go to the stable master and you just borrow one of their horses, and it just automatically like it'll auto travel for you. I am not in the right location. Okay. Ugh. Sorry if I'm making anyone motion sick. Why would you build a wall in the middle of a pathway? Doesn't make any sense. What the heck? Okay. This place is weird. Ooh. Do I dare? Yes, I dare. On my horse. I am that good. Yeah, come on. Ah, missed it. Oh well. Okay, finally made it.
Hello
So,
there.
if you want, you can go to a stable master, pick the location you want to go. I have plenty of silver, so I'll travel there. Get on one of their horses. Look, Ma, no hands. So that's one option if you don't want to like manually steer your horse all the way back to your town. You can go to the nearest stable master, borrow one of their horses, and they'll just like automatically drive you to your location. And then you can dismount anytime. Don't have to go the entire way if you don't want to. And then get back on my own horse. To me, Firestorm. Yeah, combat is it's fine. It's like it's flashy enough, but it's still satisfying. Unless you want your combo-based combat, then this game probably isn't for you. But I mean, if you find all of this boring so far, this game is definitely not for you. I mean, you can level up as high as you want to get to the PvP, which is late game. So if you want to go that route, you could. I'm just saying, if you play this just to compete with other people, you're not going to enjoy the journey, because this is something, I mean, you're following the Fellowship of the Ring. The journey is the whole point of the story. But yeah. I love the housing system. I like that it's limited, because then each house has more value to it compared to games like Final Fantasy XI and Phantasy Star Online, where like everyone has their own apartment. You can expand it if you want, but it's like it doesn't feel special because everyone has it. But I mean, if you love a more like available housing system like that, I mean, it's up to you. I mean, whatever MMORPG you like, it's really up to preference. I just love the way it's set up here, making it so like the houses are not only expensive because you gotta pay rent weekly, but then it's like each house it's not unique, but it's like specially designed in a way to make it feel like you're buying an actual home in Middle-earth. And if you're playing regularly, by all means, like, buy yourself a house. One of the ideas that I had was for my younger sister and me to like buy one house, and we each share the rent. The game doesn't really support rent sharing. It's like whoever buys the house has to be the one to pay the rent, and the other person would have to like give the money to the one paying the rent. So it only does that, but like theoretically speaking, you could buy a little house and share it with your friends and just give access to your friends, make it private for everyone else and just make it exclusive to your friends. That's always, the game supports that. Oops. Forgot the bombing goblins. Ah, I'm burning. I'm on fire. The water does nothing. Okay. Oh. Hard to see there. Kind of blended in with the environment a little too well. Nope. No junk. No. Okay. That's interesting. Because it used to be the looting system was kind of like World of Warcraft, where every time you kill a monster, it'll pop up this little list of available loot. But now they made it so like the game just actively logs all the loot you've collected, and then you can like loot everything at a later time. So that's pretty convenient. That's a very nice quality of life change. So you can just go ahead and kill stuff, and you don't have to worry about like having to pick up every loot every time you kill something. It just automatically logs it all. What's this? Free Hobbit gifts. Gift box. Yeah, this game used to be... It was originally pay to play with a free trial. I forgot how long the free trial was. I think it was like 10 or 14 days. It was a pretty decent size, decent length free trial. But they went free to play, I think around the 2012-ish or so. So my younger sister and I, we played the free trial, so we got in when it was still subscription based and the UI was more elegant, I would say. And then after they went free to play, the UI got more cash shoppy kind of look to it, like very commercialized, and we weren't a fan of that, but I mean, they gotta make money somehow. But now that Standing Stone Games has taken over, it looks like they're trying to like bring the UI back to the more elegant design they had during the pay-to-play era. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just running around because I just enjoy being in Middle Earth. Like, I don't really feel compelled to like focus on questing. I know I'm probably like annoying all you guys are like, just do the quests already, but I'm like, hey, if you want to play, you can head over to Standing Stone Games, make yourself an account, and hop right in. It's free to play now, so really, what are you waiting for? If you're really interested in being in the world of Middle Earth, like, by all means, hop right in. It's a great game. It works, everything is polished, as combat systems, like your typical combat system, but I mean, if you're gonna be doing it for years on end, I'd rather have a simple combat system than those fancy, like, combo-based combat systems, whereas, like, you're gonna get arthritis, like, 10 years into the game or something. Like, I like this being, like, a simple, like, hotkey-based combat. Oh, there's my crafting. So I'm a tailor, forester, and prospector. So the interesting thing about the crafting system in Lord of the Rings Online is, like, they force you to pick, like, a bundle of crafting professions, because the way they want to do it is to make it so if you pick, I think you have to pick like 2 gathering professions and then 1 like crafting profession. So the fact that they force you to take these 2 gathering professions that aren't related to your crafting profession, it's to encourage players to really like work together. So like if someone's a forester and someone else is like a woodworker, then whatever you gather as a forester, it's like you're encouraged to like sell what you have on the auction house, and then whoever's a woodworker would be able to buy those materials. So it's a way to like encourage players to contribute to the game's economy in that regard. So you're not like how it is in World of Warcraft, where you just pick the 2 professions that are like the gathering and the crafting profession that are related, so you're only like crafting for yourself, you're not really crafting for anyone else, which is not really the case. Like, I do skinning and leatherworking in World of Warcraft, and I sell my materials, I sell my my crafts on the auction house just so I can make a bit of extra gold, but that's just me. Not everyone is like that, but I can see where the developers were going in designing the crafting system to be like that, to make it like very like interactive with other players instead of like focusing on leveling up your craftsmanship. Like, you have to depend on other players to get the materials that you need. Wow. AI got a little dumber. Oh. I guess he did. Okay. I probably need to sell some of these in the auction house. A javelin. I don't think I can use that. Oh, nope, my thing's still on cooldown. So I'm gonna have to... Oh, My horse disappeared. No, firestorm. This is some very deep marshes. So yeah, this is Lord of the Rings Online. If you love role-playing and being immersed into the world of Middle-earth, I highly recommend playing this. Like, I'm still level 26 after, what, I started playing around like 2010-ish or so. So I've been playing this game very casually for like about 10 years, and I just love it. I just love getting into the game, cooking, fishing, farming, just doing little things, just enjoying myself being in this world. Maybe doing some questing, but yeah, not too entirely concerned with questing in here compared to other MMOs I've played. I don't have enough time to dedicate to this game as much as I want to, but by all means, like if you get enough money, buy yourself a house, deck it up, do whatever you want. This is a very well made game. If you have a bunch of friends that you can get into the game and start a band, you can head over to the Prancing Pony, play on that band, do some dances on the stage. It's like very, very open immersion like that. Yep, not much else I can say about this game. It looks great for being a 13-year-old game. Everything works. The new developer, Standing Stone Games, has done a pretty great job so far. I haven't really seen anything bad in terms of any additions. Oh. Some instances you can join. Here's achievements, so you can get like titles and stuff. Here's a quest log, pretty much the same as it was when it was still being developed by Turbine. If you, I think some of the later quests are cash shop locked, so if you really want to do the whole questing thing, you're pretty much gonna have to shell out for a cash shop. So there you have it. That's Lord of the Rings Online. If you love the world of Middle-earth, you've read all the books, you've seen all the movies, I recommend giving this game a try. It's a really well-made MMORPG. The developers, both Turbine and Standing Stone Games, have been doing a pretty good job maintaining it, keeping it up to date, refining the UI. It's a great MMO. If you're not into the whole World of Warcraft kind of way of MMORPG, I'm sorry to say, like, this is kind of following in that pattern, but it doesn't make it any less good. It's still a good game. So anyways, that's all for now. Until next time, this is Zeroraptor signing off. Laters.